Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Kristina. This video is a tutorial on this look right here. I really enjoy the way that it turned out. It is a warm orangey brown, I guess you could say copper eyeshadow look, and I used pretty much, for the most part, all affordable drugstore products. The star of this video is this palette right here. This is the e.l.f. Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette. I really enjoy the color story on this. On this side you have your warm shades, and on this side you have the cool shades, and it's really cute the way that this is formatted because all of the names are so clever. The warm side has some sassy, cute, spunky names, and then the cool side is like calm, chill, smooth. I really enjoy that. I think that's super cute. The pigment on these eyeshadows are really nice, and I think that it's completely worth the money because you can do so many looks with this palette. If you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, then just keep on watching. I don't actually have a eye primer that is affordable. I usually stick to my MAC Paint Pot or my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I don't typically use concealer as a base because I've noticed in the past that my eyeshadows actually tend to crease whenever I use concealer, so that is why I'm using my usual MAC Paint Pot. I am so sorry, but use whatever you guys have. Whatever works for you is completely fine. I'm going to be taking this NYX eyeshadow brush and the shade Sassy right here. It's kind of like a peach eyeshadow, and we're going to take this and put this all over the crease. And there you go. Get the excess off of there. I'm just going to place this right in my crease. Oh, I like this shade. This is really pretty. I'm actually going to be taking this pretty far in and bringing it up so my eyes look a little bigger than they normally do. Give it sort of a different shape than usual. This shade is really pigmented. It's a light shade, but it's coming off really nicely. My next shade is going to be Saucy right here in the corner. It's like a mustardy yellow orange. I would say this is more of a mustard yellow. This one pulls a little orange, and I'm taking this Morphe M433 brush, and I'm gonna pack this in starting at my outer corners and then slowly work it in maybe halfway. So I'm gonna start right here. And then I just want to slowly build this shade in there. I don't want to lose that first shade, Sassy, so I'm being very careful with this shade. As I'm bringing this into the crease, I'm kind of tilting the brush on its side, so it's laying flat as I'm packing it, but whenever I bring it into the crease, I turn it this way. So instead of it being like this, I'm going to turn it on its side and then work it in so that it's a little more diffused and it covers more area. I'm actually going to go back in with Sassy and redefine that color in my crease. I'm gonna take this one right here. It's the bronze shade called Spicy, and I'm gonna take a flat shader brush and pack this onto the eyelid. I'm taking a Sigma eye shading brush. This is an E55 brush. I'm gonna take that shade Spicy and pack this all over the lid. I think I'm gonna do it on the center and in the inner part. Try not to cover this up right now. I'm gonna take some Fix Plus and wet my brush because it's not at the intensity that I want it to be. There you go. You see the difference with this one with a wet brush, and then this is a dry brush? So much better. This shade's so pretty. Taking the same brush that I used for the shade Saucy in the outer corner, I'm going to use this to just blend the edges of Spicy. For the next shade, I'm going to take this brown, it's a warm brown called Warm, and a Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to use this to define the outer edge of my eye, just to give it a little more dimension because I feel like it's laying kind of flat right now. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to slowly tap it because I don't want it to become too dark too quickly. So I'm going to tap it in this direction and kind of overlap it on that spicy shade. Just using that same brush from earlier to blend out that edge because it was looking a little hard. I'm liking how this one is starting to shape, but this looks a little harsh right now, so I'm working on getting it to look more diffused. Next, I'm taking this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Lightning Bug. It is an ultra glitter, and I've had this forever. I don't remember when I got this. It has to have been at least a year, a couple years now that I bought it, but I really like it. I think it's gonna go really great with this eye look, and there's glitter in there. Obviously, it's an ultra glitter. And I'm going to use this and pack it on to the eyelids. Just using my fingertip, and I'm going to pack that right on top. This eyeshadow is nice because it doesn't actually change the shade on the eyelid. I was picking between this one and a more brown toned glitter Super Shock Shadow. I went with this because I felt like it was going to really blend with the look. Redefining those other shadows, trying not to disturb that glitter. The Roomba downstairs just started and my dog got so scared he ran up here. He's so funny. I'm just blending that spicy shade and Warm together right here where they meet so it's not too harsh. I'm going to go ahead and clean that outer edge right now so I can see what we're working with. I'm taking that Warm shade and kind of bringing it up over the crease shades and defining it right here to give it more of an edgy look. Edgy. I'm taking just whatever's left on my brush and dragging it above. I'm going to leave the eyes alone for now. I'm going to do the bottom lash line and the mascara towards the end. We'll go ahead and move on to the face. To start off with the face, I'm taking my Ordinary primer. This is the Hide Here in Silicone primer. I bought this off Beautylish and it was about $4. It's such a good primer. Let me actually take off some of this fallout. It keeps my oils at bay throughout the day. It's very comparable to a lot of high-end primers that I own. There are a couple of drugstore primers that I actually want to try out. I know that there's a new e.l.f. putty primer that's supposed to be comparable to the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer. So interested in trying that one out. But I have yet to find it. It's out of stock online, so I'm just waiting to get my hands on it. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I've heard a lot of really great things about this. I have mine in shade Warm Beige, number 040. I really hope that this is the correct shade. Ooh, that looks like a good match. I'm gonna drip it on there. Yeah. Gonna be taking my Luxie 532 round top blender brush. It's a little dirty, and I'm gonna use this to apply it. Oh man, that is light. It's okay, I can work with it. It has a bit of a scent to it. It's a little floral, I think. I don't know how I feel about this with a brush, so I'm actually going to take the foundation with a sponge. I have my EcoTools sponge right here. I'm going to put some on my face, and then I'm going to blend it in. Yeah, this shade is a little light for me, but the coverage looks pretty good. So I'll just have to make sure that my forehead matches the rest of my face. My forehead tends to be darker than the rest of my face. This smells good. Is this the foundation or my sponge? I can't tell. I think it's the foundation. Whatever it is, something smells nice. I need to get this in my right color because this looks really good right now. It's doing a pretty good job covering my freckles. There are not a ton of foundations that completely cover my freckles, but this is doing a really, really decent job. These sunspots are just always there, so I don't expect any foundation to cover it. I usually use concealers for that. I kind of struggled with concealers. I don't have a ton of affordable concealers. I'm gonna be mixing my ColourPop No Filter concealer and my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. Taking that same sponge and just blending everything out. The ColourPop concealer dries very quickly, so you have to work fast. Taking my Instant Age Rewind and just dotting this right on the inner corners to get that extra darkness out of there. I'm actually going to be taking my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion, and I'm going to use this on the high points of my cheeks to give myself a little bit of a glow. I love this stuff. This is amazing. One of my favorite products for highlight, cream highlight, liquid highlight. I use this as a base as well. Sometimes I'll just put it all over my face and then use foundation, or sometimes I'll just use this, put a little bit of concealer and then powder, and I'm good to go. It's just such a beautiful complementary product. Now I'm going to set the face with the RCMA No Color Powder. I bought mine on Beautylish. I just take the whole cap off, honestly, because this little thing right here, I don't really know what to do with it because I don't know where to drop the powder into, if that makes sense, because it doesn't really have another lid that you can put the powder in. So I kind of just use this lid, put a little in the cap, and then I'll take my sponge and then set the under eyes. I'm actually not going to be baking right now because the ColourPop concealer can tend to be drying under my eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and work the powder into my under eyes. Gonna set the chin as well, and then the forehead where I put that concealer too. So for the rest of the face, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild pressed powder, my pressed powder in the shade Warm Beige, but I'm going to take this and set the rest of my face and just pat this all over. Next, I'm going to apply some blush. I want to do the blush before the bronzer because I notice sometimes that, like I said before, my blush and bronzer can start to get really muddy, and I realized that if I do my blush first and apply the color that I want and then use the bronzer to kind of fill in whatever the blush wasn't able to on my cheeks, that works better. It looks cleaner. So I'm taking this Wet n Wild blush in Rose Champagne. Is that what it's called? Rosé Champagne. I've had this for a very, very long time, and I've barely used it, to be honest. So I'm going to take this one, and it's more of a muted mauve shade, and I'm taking this e.l.f. brush right here. I think it's a blush brush or a complexion. No, sorry. This is a complexion brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to take this in the blush, get that all over. And then I'm going to use this to give myself some color since I'm looking a little pale. Just kind of swirling this all around. And this does have shimmer in it, so it kind of acts like a highlighter as well. I'm not entirely convinced that this goes with my eye look. I think I might have messed up, but we're just going to keep going. Next, we're going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the original shade right here, and I'm going to use this to bronze up and warm up my face using an e.l.f. stipple brush. I bought this online because of Alana Davidson. Alana Davison, and I love her so much. Like, her recommendations are amazing. I'll link her in the description box below, but her looks are always so fresh and so complimentary on her eyes and her face. Like, her face, that sounds really weird, but I hope you guys know what I mean. She just really knows how to enhance her natural beauty, and I just love that about her. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I like to do more wearable looks, even if that means doing color but making it wearable. I'm taking another butter bronzer. This is in Sun-Kissed Bronze. This is the shade darker than the original, and I'm gonna go in and contour just a bit with this one. So I also have this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. I've had it forever and I have not used it. Ugh, I'm the worst. But I'm gonna use it today. I was looking for my Maybelline eyeshadow in Glow Down because that is an amazing highlighter, and I really wanted to use it because I haven't used it in so long, but I can't find it anywhere. So if you have it, feel free to use that one. If you have this one, feel free to use it. You know, just use whatever you guys want to. It's your look, completely your look. Taking this Milani brush right here, and I'm gonna dip into this highlight. And then just place this. That's so pretty! Now I'm mad that I haven't used this sooner. Does that happen to you guys? Like, you have something and you either forget about it or something else takes its place, and then you go back to it, or you actually use it for the first time, in my case, and you realize that you've been missing out. That's how I feel right now. Whoa. We're going back into the eyes. We're gonna do the bottom lash line right now, taking that same brush that I used earlier, that Morphe E17 brush, and I'm taking the shade Sassy, that peachy shade, the first one that we used, and I'm gonna run this all along the lower lash line. Taking this Luxie brush, it is a 141 mini round brush, and I'm taking Warm, that brown shade we used on the outer corners of the upper lash line, and I'm gonna run this right underneath and connect it right here too, so that it's a smooth transition. For my inner corner, I'm gonna be using that same highlighter. Ow, I just pinched my finger. Taking a Luxie brush that came in that same set. This is the Luxie 111 mini flat angle brush, and I'm gonna take this right on the inner corner. Should I wet my brush and do this? Pretty. All right, now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. I actually also don't own an affordable black eyeliner or pencil eyeliner, so I'm just going to be using this little sample one I got. It's a Marc Jacobs highliner crayon, but again, use whatever you have that works for you. Taking my Maybelline Full and Soft waterproof mascara as a base mascara. And on top of that, I'm using my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. This is also waterproof, and it's a brand new tube. This stuff is amazing. I love it. I always have to smell new tubes of mascara. That's so weird, but it's a habit. But this mascara just gives my lashes so much volume, so much length. It holds a curl. It's amazing. It's so comparable to Better Than Sex by Too Faced, and I also think that it's pretty similar to the Monsieur Big by Lancome. That's my favorite mascara. I'm actually going to do another coat. I'm just going to let this one dry, because if I don't let it dry between coats, then it starts to kind of fall. My lashes start to droop a little. While I wait for that mascara to dry, I'm just going to look in my eyes, make sure that anything that I think needs a little touch-up gets a touch-up. Applying that second coat of mascara. Taking this LA Girl lip liner in the shade Natural, I'm going to line my lips And I'm applying this L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in number 804, He Thinks He's Macho. And I'm actually going to take my finger and kind of smooth it over. And to top it all off, I'm going to be using this ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip with Shayla, and it is in Neat Freak. So I'm going to put this right over top, probably just the center. I lied, I put it all over. Alright guys, and this is the finished look. I really enjoy the way that it turned out. I feel like even though there's glitter, it is still very wearable because it is a warm eye look, and I personally think that warm eye looks just look good on anybody. I think that if you're afraid of using glitter or if it's just not your thing, then go ahead and use the same shadows, skip that ColourPop Super Shock shadow, and just have that satin eyeshadow on top, and it'll look perfect and beautiful still. I really like that foundation and the highlight. They look so good on the skin. I love it. I think that is going to be something that I start to incorporate in my everyday makeup routine. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!